30% off, Cuisinart up to 35% off, Shark 40% off, and more. Then take 20% off other essentials, and Kohl's Rewards members save on run funds. Kohl's.
Dr. Z, we love your skincare videos.
Thanks. My daughter has sensitive skin. Try using All Free Clear as part of your family laundry routine. It tackles impurities without leaving irritating residue for a clean that's gentle on the skin. All Free Clear, the #1 doctor-recommended brand for sensitive skin.
Turn your Thanksgiving into Thanksgrilling with Ace. With free assembly and delivery on all of our top brands, including Weber, Traeger, and Big Green Egg. And celebrate Thanksgrilling with us this Saturday from 11 to 2. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
For 7 years, Jerry Elster did not know the identity of the man who broke into her home and raped her. On July 27, 1999, DNA put a name and a face to the man Elster believes attacked her. Semen collected from Elster the night of the assault matches a man named Reginald Miller, already incarcerated for burglary and rape. Now Jerry Elster believes she has the evidence she needs to keep him in prison.
So I'm like, I'm going to trial. I'm actually going to get closure. All the work I did, it's just, oh, thank you, there's a God, you know.
In December of 1999, Detective Richard Guzman makes arrangements to move the Elster case towards trial.
No.
At that time, I called the DA to let them know that I had this case. I needed to file the case.
I said, okay, great, bring in the case to me and I'll review it and interview the victim.
LA County Deputy DA Laura Jane Kessner specializes in sexual assault cases.
And I reviewed it, and as I was getting ready to file the charges, I thought, you know, I better double check and just make sure we're okay on the statute of limitations.
Kessner discovers that the California statute of limitations for rape is 6 years, not 8, as she first told Detective Guzman.
So then I realized the statute of limitations had run well before Detective Guzman had ever called me on the case.
On December 10th, 1999, Jerry Elster arrives at the LAPD Pacific Division, presumably to discuss strategy for her upcoming trial. She is unprepared for the shock that lies just ahead.
The deputy DA proceeded to tell me that she's got good news and bad news. The good news is we don't have to go to trial. And the bad news is we can't do anything to this man for your crime, ever. We can't not even discuss it. He has privacy rights, so we can't even go there.
While the conversation goes on around her, Jerry Elster contemplates a system that deprives her of justice, and yet offers a lucky break to the man she believes to be a rapist.
You know, the system so far hasn't been all that nice to me, and for a lot of years I struggled with that. And
you should be able to get that one.
created a lot
It's
of
just still
wonderment.
smaller. It's going to be a
Can
little
you
harder.
imagine sitting there with this kind of wonderment going, how could nobody know what the statute was before we did all this testing? It's almost better when I didn't know anything. And now I know a whole bunch and there's not a thing I can do about it.
Insult is added to injury when Elster learns that Reginald Miller will be set free in just a few short years.
I just wish there was something I could do. Because
I'm scared, that's why.
someone's going to be another victim of a violent crime from this man.
in the kitchen?
No, I'm
He
just
hasn't
why
been-
they're gonna be scared.
Mentally readjusted in any fashion, and he's not fit to be
That's
amongst
better.
us. And that's where I went, this can't go on like this. That, you know, either there was some button pushed in me where the anger was, I'm going to change this.
Jerry Elster channels her anger into action.
The first thing that I wanted to do was find a way to abolish the statute of limitations, or at least get it longer than 6 years.
She finds a partner in California Assembly member Lou Correa.
The 6-year statute of limitations, especially when it came to rape, was very arbitrary and very limiting.
Correa has a bill in the works that would extend the California statute of limitations for rape from 6 to 10 years. But Elster wants the bill to go a step further. She volunteers to tell her story publicly and speak in favor of the bill if one condition is added.
The new language says if there's DNA present and you get a match, you have 1 year from the date of the match to prosecute. You would still have a case. So it's 15 years from now, there's a DNA match. In your case, you can still prosecute.
The new provision would essentially suspend the statute of limitations where DNA evidence is involved and provide a new lease on life for thousands of rape kits sitting on shelves in crime labs across the state, still waiting to be tested.
This bill is essentially about trying to stop this hate crime against women, which is rape. And what the bill does is it tries to bring the status of current law up to the current status of
I
technology.
thought I were one for a minute, but no.
On February 29th, 2000, at the state capitol building in Sacramento, Jerry Elster tells her story publicly for the first time in front of the California State Assembly's Public Safety Committee.
Jerry Elster, who I have a very warm place in my heart for, put a human face on this bill.
He will never be punished for raping me. He will be given the opportunity to rape again.
Just listening to her story, sitting there in a committee, choked me up, and it brought tears to my eyes. But as I looked up at the committee members that were going to vote on this bill, I could tell that they were also getting very choked up. So everybody that heard her story was very, very much touched.
The bill is approved by the committee and goes on to pass California's House and Senate, with Jerry Elster testifying every step of the way. On August 24th, 2000, California Governor Gray Davis signs the Correa bill. The enactment date, January 1st, 2001. Jerry Elster believes the new law is a victory for rape survivors everywhere.
From generations here on out, it'll be different for them. And you know, hopefully deep down inside, just no one should go through what I went through.
Elster's journey from victim to advocate has been a long and difficult fight. And although she bears the battle scars, life has brought Jerry Elster to a place perhaps even better than before the journey began.
No, I'm gonna stand as up as possible.
I'm pretty spiritual about the whole thing now.
I'm the same as
I've always been a
possible.
hard worker at whatever I do, and kind
I
of
guess not as
perfectionist
possible.
about it.
What should I do?
I feel like this is lifelong work now. Something that I'll always be involved in. And I feel very grateful to be here now, healthy, happy, having a good life.
Young girls, teenage girls, similar builds, similar hair. It was his sexual fantasy. He wanted to live out his fantasy.
A rapist out there on the street with a full bottle of Viagra can be dangerous.
He's done with these girls, and he dumps them.
What if that happened? Oh my God! Oh my God! Dude, is that on camera?
In the dying moments of a fall after.
Oh!